Ornamental plants are plants that are grown for decorative purposes. They are usually grown for display purposes rather than functional. Some types of plants are both ornamental and functional. They can either be grown in gardens or landscape design projects. For plants to be considered to be ornamental, they may require specific work and activity by a gardener. James Macharia is one of the farmers who has embraced this type of farming. His farm is located along the Thika highway and it is close to 2 acres.
I'm the owner of Green Oasis Plant Center, where we are studying. I mainly deal in plants, and I deal in many types of plants. This includes fruit seedlings, herbal plants, ornamentals. You can do it commercially. You can grow flowers for export. You can grow flowers for a local market. We have a big local market for ornamental plants. And also you can also grow flowers for your compound. And ornamental plants is not just flowers. We have trees which are ornamental. Any plant can be ornamental. You can even you can grow a maize plant around your house and it can be an ornamental. Any plant that is within your compound and you are enjoying its beauty, that is an ornamental plant. You are deriving some beauty. You get happy. You are happy when you see it. That is an ornamental. It's an ornamental plant.
Macharia started his farming venture some 10 years ago. He says he grew an interest in growing plants when he was at a tender age.
I started the interest of plants when I was very young. In fact, I remember when I was young, I think it started 1. I used to collect seedlings along the road. As we walked with my mother, she used to complain that I'm spending a lot of time with looking after plants. So I used to collect those seedlings, I go home with them and put them somewhere, plant them. When I was very young, I still remember. And that interest, I continued getting more interest in plants, such that when I went to secondary school, I chose agriculture as one of my subjects, a science subject. When other people were choosing other subjects, history, I never liked history. I wanted science, and I wanted specifically agriculture. I did agriculture in secondary school, and I also went to a college to do training on agriculture. That is Egerton University. That is where I was trained in horticulture. So after that, of course, I've dealt with plants for many years. And 10 years back, I decided to start my own work.
And that's how Macharia began his farming venture, planting all types of ornamental crops and landscaping them to form various shapes.
We have many products, especially those the ones that are petroleum-based, that are producing chemicals that are carcinogenic. We have a chemical like benzene, which is being produced by any petroleum-based product. And there are many. We have carpets, we have paints in the room, on the walls. We have a refrigerator, we have a computer, we have bottles, we have plates, which are made up of plastic. The bottles that we are using to drink water, they are plastic-based. If they are exposed to high temperatures, the sun or near the fire, they release those chemicals, benzene and formaldehyde. Those chemicals are carcinogenic. If you can get that information online, they are carcinogenic. So the moment you hear people saying, we don't know where this cancer is coming from, that is one source. The environment we are living in, that is one source. Although the greatest percentage of the cancers is as a result of the food we are eating, the plants. We are not selective. We are just eating junks. Yeah? We are eating a lot of junks. And we are supposed to be eating vegetables. Half of our food should be vegetables. Yeah? Half of our food should be vegetables. But we do the opposite. You'll find somebody has not eaten a vegetable for almost a week, and he's eating ugari, chips, meat, all those. Those are junks. And they are giving us problems. Finally, we are getting diseases. Cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, all those are lifestyle diseases. These are things that we can do away with. And the only way we can do away with these problems is information. People need to be informed. And of course, when they get information, they are supposed to change. It is us to change, and we have to change if we want to escape the problems that we have today, which is very serious. It is really serious.
Some of the ornamental crops that a farmer can grow on his farm include lemon cypress tree, Spiraltopia. Most of these crops are hardy crops that do not require a lot of water to develop.
You can see there are some flowers which have been cut, trimmed to a shape, a symmetrical shape that is pleasing to the eye. This is an art that I've been trying to train myself. It is called a topiary art. Topiary art of plants, where you shape plants, you cut them to a defined shape. Yeah? Like the plant behind me is called a spiral topiary. You make a spiral topiary, and there are some specific plants that you can use to do a spiral topiary. There are some criteria to use. Of course, they must have small leaves. That is one criteria. So that it is a compact plant, you can be able to carve so that it comes out the way you want. It's just like carving, making a carving of wood carving. It is the same art, but now we are dealing with a live plant. And the flower that we have here is called golden duranta. Golden duranta is not a very old plant in Kenya. I think I first saw it around 1998 there. But these days is a very common plant because it is very easy to maintain. In terms of if you want to make it a hedge, it's very easy to maintain.
Golden durata is also another type of ornamental crop. Unlike the other crops which do not require a lot of water, the golden durata crop needs to be watered adequately. Farmers are also advised to mix the planting soil with manure before planting durata for the crop to attach itself firmly to the soil.
The type of plants for ornamental farming, of course you have to be selective. You have to be selective in what you are planting. There are plants that are hardy plants. They don't need a lot of attention. Those are the plants that we need to select. The farm that we are farming here is more than an acre, and it requires a lot of water. It requires a lot of water, especially like now during the dry season. We require a lot of water. We water 3 times in a week. Like when it is dry like now, the evapotranspiration is very high. The plant is losing a lot of water, so you have to replenish that water. Yeah? So you'll find that one of my workers who does the watering, we have a pump. He spends almost the whole day, from 7 in the morning up to 6. The whole day he spends on water. Because it is not just watering, you have to water to make sure that the last root, the roots in that plant, they get water. Not beautifying the soil. You know, there are some people who do watering and anafikiria ameweka maji lakini maji haijafikia mzizi. Umerebesha mchanga. You see what is more of a priority than the others. Watering is key. watering must be the first priority of any plant. Because if a plant, you have managed a plant for 6 months, and then watering is not done and it dies, imagine the amount of work that you have done. You have lost a lot. So I always tell my workers that you are supposed to check on watering anytime. That is the first thing before you do weeding, before you do any pruning, before you do anything else. Water is key.